walk across it, so it's really pretty amazing, but you feel very, very heavy.
Let me just add 2 cents worth of that. One of the biggest problems we're faced with in going on long distance flights, like going to Mars, which is going to be a year and a half, is the human physiology. It's what happens to the body out in space that doesn't happen here on Earth. And I'll give you 2 examples. One is your heart, your cardiovascular system. And you kids, you have to ask your folks what that's all about. But when you're in space, you don't have gravity pushing the blood from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head against gravity like we have here. So what happens is your heart and your cardiovascular system pushes a lot of blood up into your head, and you feel very bloated. And that goes away after a while. But your heart has readjusted to the fact that you are now not in one gravity here on Earth. The other thing is that your bones lose calcium because you're not stressing them. You add calcium in the bones in your body based on the stress that that bone sees. If you're a runner, as an example, your legs are going to get a lot of extra calcium to make them very strong because of the stress, and it's the one gravity when you pound on the road that causes that stress that makes your bones, makes your body add calcium, add strength to the bones. When you get in space, you don't have that stress, so you begin to lose calcium. At some point, and I don't know what that point is, you could become a jellyfish. You could lose all the bone structure in your body if you're there long enough. So when you come back to Earth, like Nicole was saying, the first thing is you feel heavy. That's because you're so used to not being in one gravity. But part of that is that your cardiovascular is kind of messed up when you come back. And so you have a tiredness kind of feeling for a while. And you also have to work very, very diligently at stressing the bones to get the calcium back. I was only in flight for 2 weeks, but I still lost calcium. And it takes about 2 weeks for that to all come back after we get back. Now, I don't know what happens. Dan could talk about or Nicole could talk about long-term flights and how much that affected them. But I know in only 2 weeks it affected us a lot.